much information, too much data can be overwhelming, and business leaders now want robots to take decisions for them. This is one of the stories we are going to track on this show. Hello, I'm Archana Solanki and you're watching CNBC-TV18's Newsreel. It's a show where we get you the top stories of the day. Let's get started. This is something you all can relate to. Too much data, too much information can be overwhelming. Now, according to a study by Oracle, 85% of employees in India want robots to take their decisions. A whopping 91% of those surveyed said that the number of decisions they make every day has increased 10 times over the last 3 years. Further, 90% of business leaders have suffered from decision distress. This is regretting, feeling guilty about, or questioning a decision they made in the past year. All right, moving on. This is a very important story that we're tracking from the Supreme Court that continued hearing on the issue of same-sex marriages in the country. On the fourth day of the ongoing hearing, the petitioners argued that the Parliament does not enjoy unfettered rights on the issue of marriage equality. Petitioners also argued that 12 out of the 19 G20 countries and the EU have permitted same-sex marriages. Meanwhile, parents of the LGBTQ members have written an open letter to the Chief Justice of India appealing that marriage equality be considered by the Supreme Court. All right, the Supreme Court has agreed to hear a plea by wrestlers seeking registration of FIR against BJP MP and Wrestling Federation of India Chief Brij Bhushan Singh over sexual harassment allegations. India's top wrestlers have been holding a protest at Delhi's Jantar Mantar. They claim that the police refused to file a case despite them submitting a complaint several days ago. This is the second time wrestlers have taken their protest against Singh public in the last 4 months. Moving on, Sudan's warring factions have agreed to a 3-day ceasefire after 10 days of combat. As death toll has crossed over 400, Indian authorities have begun their Operation Kaveri to evacuate close to 3,000 Indian nationals. The first batch of stranded Indians have left Sudan on board INS Sumedha with 278 people. Moving on, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated India's first water metro in Kochi, which is a network of routes that will help connect 10 islands with 78 eco-friendly boats and 38 terminals worth 1,130 crore rupees. He also flagged off Thiruvananthapuram Central Kasaragod Vande Bharat Express train. It is the 16th Vande Bharat Express train covering 11 districts in Kerala and also the state's first Vande Bharat train. Moving on, Tamil Nadu has watered down its liquor permit expansion plan. It's withdrawn the need to procure special license to serve alcohol during celebrations, festivals and house parties. Annual registration fees and per-day fees will be levied only for serving alcohol at banquets, conventions and conferences. Liquor license for clubs and 5-star hotels that were operational before stay in force as well. All right, let's get the latest as far as the Q4 earnings are concerned. Nestle India has beaten street estimates with profits rising nearly 25% year-on-year. This is the highest growth rate the company has reported in a decade, despite the impact of rising milk prices on the margins. And let's also tell you what happened on Dalal Street today. Sensex gained nearly 75 points and the Nifty gained over 25 points. Bank Nifty also eked out marginal gains. All right, let's get to the big international headline. President Joe Biden has announced that he's running for re-election in 2024. In a video titled, "Let's Finish the Job," he urged voters to give him more time to complete the task he started. At 80 years, he will become America's oldest president, making his bid a historic one. Vice President Kamala Harris will be his running mate again. Luxury retail giant LVMH that owns brands like Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior and Tiffany & Co. is now the first European company to surpass the market value of $500 billion. This on the back of strengthening euro and China sales. The company had reported a 17% rise in its first quarter sales earlier this month, doubling the street estimates. All right, moving on to Indonesia that witnessed a 7.3 magnitude earthquake, and this happened near the Sumatra island, triggering tsunami warnings near the coastlines. Now, earthquake hit about 3 a.m. local time, and the local residents in the Padang region had to evacuate the beaches and low-lying areas. Over 2,000 residents have fled so far. All right, let's move on to the visual of the day. We are talking about the Petra Light Festival that was organized in the city of Petra in Jordan, highlighting the beauty of a rose city. It was a 3D multi-sensory light and sound experience. One of the artists who was behind the show said that the idea was to transport people back 2000 years. Well, with that, it's a wrap from me and my team. I'll see you tomorrow with the same set of power-packed lineup of stories. Stay tuned.